Is there anything redeeming about Logan Paul?
Why you give me a little plate?
Because I really don't want you to make a mess.
Here, don't worry, I'll handle this.
No!
Oh, it's coming back!
There might be one thing. Stay tuned to find out.
You gotta love me, you gotta back it. Love just a 10, I told you grab it.
Logan Paul does very little to appeal to anyone outside of his fanbase. Honestly, if you were to crystallize every single millennials are killing blank article into a human being, I'm pretty sure Logan Paul would be the personification of every baby boomer / Gen Xer's worst nightmare. And it's easy to see why he can be appealing to younger fans, but also very easy to loathe. All of his videos feature constant jump cuts, obnoxious memes, an entourage of annoying bros who follow his every step, and he just seems to live this kind of gilded life that millennial millionaires try to present as something that's so effortless and easy to attain. And for someone like me who sits in my little hovel writing video essays, spending hours trying to craft them into something presentable in relative isolation, seeing Logan Paul ironically, unironically flex his internet millionaire privilege while I'm told again and again I'm not qualified for entry-level office positions is pretty goddamn infuriating. And I'd say for the most part, I hate all the same things that everyone else hates about him.
If you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Join the Logan hottest merch in the motherfucking game! It's illegal! Ask them if they could join the Logan. No. The Game Boy Color. Excuse me, sir. The game seems to be malfunctioning. Mucho broken, though. Gotcha, bitch. I'm gonna catch you. I choose you.
But there is one little shred that I find about him incredibly endearing. The one minuscule spectrum that has me thinking that on one level, there's something that I can relate to with this guy and get along with him about. And that is the fact that Logan Paul is a crazy bird person. Now you might be wondering, hey, isn't your whole gimmick lobsters, lobster magnet? You love eating lobster, use it as your internet ID for just about everything. Well, I have another great passion, and that is of course the fact that I too am a crazy bird person. Now you see, what we crazy bird people all share is that we are obsessed with taking care of our feathered avian friends. For us, having a dog or cat is just too pedestrian. Everyone else has one of those, but when you own a parrot or other exotic bird, it is like having a little monkey in a dinosaur's body. They are much more engaging, smarter, and earning their respect is much more difficult than getting a dog or cat to like you. There's a mystical appeal of slowly getting a feathered creature to bond with you and become comfortable. And Logan Paul has this son conure named Maverick, who he features in a lot of his videos. Logan Paul is an insane bird person, and if there's one thing I envy more than his chiseled body and ridiculous amount of wealth, it's the fact that he's managed to figure out a way to integrate Maverick into his content, which I've tried many times with my Quaker parrot, Captain Crunch, and mostly failed miserably.
Hello? Cell phone or something? I can't really hear you. Oh, okay. Here, let me get you on a different line. Feed your bird?
But along with my other stuff, I will somehow figure out how to transform Captain Crunch into a co-star. Look, internet, here's him doing a funny song. Look! Look! I won't hear about it. I spent the better part of a decade teaching him that. But we bird people are kind of crazy because, let's be honest, birds are not the best pets. They require a great amount of time, they are messy and poop everywhere, along with destroying just about everything they get their beaks on. If they don't get the attention they need, they also go crazy and start plucking their own feathers. Getting a bird is a much bigger commitment than most other pets, but the reason why me and other bird people make the commitment is because when you earn this animal's trust, it's much more satisfying and engaging than just about any other animal in the world. And if you're a person who does mind being pooped on, then you're probably not a bird person. But recently, I've been delving deeper into the parrot groups on Facebook to see the other insane bird people like myself, and I'm amazed at the depth of passion and diversity of the different people who were all united by their love of their favorite feathered jungle chickens.
If I could talk to the animals, just imagine it chatting with a chimp and chimpanzee. Imagine talking to a tiger, chatting with a cheetah. What a neat achievement it would be. If I could talk to the animals, learn all their languages, maybe take an animal degree. I'd study elephant and eagle, buffalo and beagle, alligator, guinea pig and flea. I would converse in polar bear and python, and I would curse in fluent kangaroo. If people ask me, can you speak rhinoceros? I'd say, of course-erous. Can't you? If I conferred with our furry friends, girl to animal, think of the amazing repartee. If I could walk with the animals, talk with the animals, grunt and squeak and squawk with the animals.
What I love is the sheer variety of different people that are all insane bird people. Like, for example, take this guy, Wilson Ramos, who I found out about on a Quaker Parrot Facebook group. Wilson got his first bird, Pico, and fell completely in love with him to the point where he now posts incessantly about his little buddy, and personally there is nothing I find more endearing than a tough-looking guy like Mr. Wilson Ramos going completely above and beyond to share his genuine love for his Quaker Parrot, Pico Ramos. And Wilson goes all out. Pico has an insane cage, there's at least like 3 times bigger than anything Captain Crunch has got, and is decked to the gills with all kinds of toys, and even branding behind, showing that this is the definitive Quaker Parrot gangster in the bookie down Bronx. And I for one find it to be the most charming thing in the world. I'm sure Logan Paul is out in the world getting up to obnoxious shenanigans, but if he ever met Wilson Ramos and they started talking about their feathered friends, there would be an instant connection, a bond that would transcend race, age, and wealth, and they would just be 2 guys talking about their jungle chickens. Because anyone out there who's willing to spend several decades of their life living every day with one of these creatures has the same mental mindset. It requires 1 part insanity and 1 part persistent dedication, and it is the mindset shared by all the people who choose to adopt these creatures and make them into parts of their lives. And the fact that Logan Paul has built an entire clothing line based on his son Kanye is something I find infinitely endearing. If I could make a living off of selling t-shirts branded around my Quaker Parrot Captain Crunch, don't you think I would? The only thing stopping me is common sense. But if you folks ask for it, believe me, I'd be hawking that shit 24/7, 365, all day, all night, all the goddamn time. Yo, it's your boy Lobster! We're the strongest family out there, crushing it! So you better be representing wearing your Captain Crunch merch, because we got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got all the hard Lobster Legion, crushing it 24/7, 365, all the time, because we're the strongest family with the strongest t-shirt based on the strongest parrot. Represent with Captain Crunch shirts, and tell them Crunch ties me, Captain! If that worked for me, I'd be doing that all the time. So as much as I hate just about everything else Logan Paul does, there is a part of me that admires him from one crazy bird person to another. But who knows? I have some other pretty terrible ideas on how I could transform my insane bird person passion into a long-term career. But those ambitions will have to wait for another day, and if nothing else, I hope I've taught you why insane bird people love their birds so much, despite all the numerous detriments, and remember, parrot has a beak, but don't you grab it.